2013 Audi S5 transmission malfunction. Uh, this car, as pretty as it looks, it is shocking how the state that it's in right now. Somebody didn't really care for this car. I have a basically towel here because it's pouring coolant from up there, and there's some oil coming from this side. See the alternator's all messed up. There's just fluids everywhere. Going back to the transmission, I have a P173E valve 1 in the portion 1 of the transmission. It says electrical malfunction, and from my research I found that the TCU connector gets flooded with antifreeze or water and starts corroding. However, I've taken this connector out, and it looks perfect to me. I don't see any sort of corrosion or any wetness in there. And there's the that's the mechatronic connector. Now, you know, that's not to say that the problem is inside it, from the connector inside the transmission. I'm just looking at this connector, and it does not have an issue. Also, we could have coolant intrusion somewhere upstream of this connector, somewhere in the wiring harness, basically from where that leaves all the way up to who knows where. I mean, there's so much stuff leaking in here that it's a lot of these wires are probably covered in coolant, and like this looks like some sort of oil. What is this stuff? That is weird. I'm not sure what that is, but are these the transmission cooler lines? See, here's another problem. Somebody has been in it before, because I have this ECS tuning magnetic drain plug. So I don't know who was in there and why and what sort of fluid they put in. They most likely drained the trans to put that drain plug there, so I'm hoping they filled it up. But I don't know what sort of fluid they did. And in the earlier models, the incorrect fluid made a reaction with the circuit board inside and started corroding, and it would make intermittent contacts on all those bits and pieces inside. So the code that I'm getting does not apply to that TSB about the circuit board, and everywhere online I'm looking says, you know, check that connector for corrosion, and it's certainly not it. So, you know, if this was my car, yeah, I'd probably try that circuit board first. We don't know what fluid is in it. We don't know if it's compatible. We don't know why was this open before. There's a lot of question marks. And then looking at this other mess up front, we got Jesus, what the hell is that? We got our hands full, that's for sure. Huh. So There's no codes in the engine, and there is that one code in the transmission, and then the ABS module, which is in charge of the TPS or TPMS, the tire pressure sensor. That one stores a full code for the TCM, basically. ECM and ABS is saying, hey, check TCM, there's codes in there. That's why we're getting a check engine light on, and that's why we're getting a TPMS light on. So, problem definitely lies in the TCM, the transmission control module. And then over here we've got a leaky water pump, and I suspect that crossover pipe as well. The oil most likely from like the valve cover yeah, look at that. Valve cover gaskets. Let's see if this vacuum pump also leaks. See it? That looks all right. And on this side, I can't really get through it. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, as far as the transmission goes, I mean, we could try a service first, like a fluid and filter, but I don't think that will give you an electrical malfunction. Something is going on inside, whether you have a component that's bad, or you have a bad mechatronic unit, or you have that circuit board that's not making the right connections in there. So this is what I got so far.